Hi. First of all, thank you very much for watching. And secondly, we're gonna start here with some tutorials uh, how making an F1 car. We're gonna use SolidWorks 2013 Premium. However, you wouldn't have you shouldn't have any problems with SolidWorks 2011 or other versions previous to this one. The tutorial is very basic. We're gonna be following some instructions from this page. I have chosen the F1 car tutorial because I think it's very educative, and it will be easier for us to get familiarized with what we have to do here to design stuff in SolidWorks. So you don't have to worry if you're starting or if you are intermediate. You won't have problems here. I also want to advise you that I will be doing this stuff very slow. I will go very slow for some people also that are getting familiarized. So if you think that you already know how to do this stuff, you can just follow the guide and do it by yourself, or if not, then you can stay with me and just check and make sure that you're doing things correctly, or in case that sometimes it's better watching in a video what someone else does, and it's easier. So we're gonna start with this over here. We're gonna start with this blank. It says that includes cylindrical center platemate references. This is not gonna take us long. So first of all, open SolidWorks. After that, go in File, then in New, and you can choose here. Well, my version, some stuff are in Spanish, but because it's getting the templates from my previous SolidWorks, which was in Spanish. So what you have to choose here is part metric. Then you hit OK. It shouldn't take too much time to load. It's almost on. Okay, so here is our blank file. We're gonna have here what is the working area. We're gonna have over here what are some tools that we're gonna use, the sketch, the features, the office products that we will look into this later. Here is our part and all what's in it. Here we're gonna have the material we haven't specified yet. We're gonna go into that later. These are the different sketch in the 3D mode. So basically these are like an axis. We're gonna work with this one. So what we have to do now is come here and go where it says sketch. You click sketch. After that, we're gonna draw a rectangle. So we have our figures here, so you have to look for the one that says rectangle. You press it, then you comes here to the origin. You can having this happen because I have a center rectangle. We're gonna use this later, but for now you have to choose this one. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to choose corner rectangle. You just have this just by default. The thing is that I used the other one later after, so you change that like that, and then we draw a rectangle. So you're gonna have something like this. Don't worry about the constraints because we're gonna look into that later. Well, right now actually we're gonna use this tool called Smart Dimension. So this is for making constraints as you want. So we're gonna touch here, and we're not gonna touch here. I mean click by touch. So then you choose whatever area you want to move this, and you left click again, and here we're gonna shoot. This is in millimeters, you don't have to worry about that. So here we're gonna go for 50 as the tutorial says. We're gonna click enter, and we're gonna do the same for this one. Click and click. So down here it says that it has to be 223. Okay, 223. Okay. Now for having a better view of what we're doing, you can press Ctrl 8, and Ctrl 8 will bring you to exactly what we're doing. So let's see. Zoom to fit is also here. You can press just F, and it will take you to the center of the working area. So now we're gonna go to features. Where can you find features? Is over here. So you're gonna push features, and you're gonna look for the one that says extruded boss base, which is this one. Okay, so you have to look something like that. Here in sketch plane, you're gonna leave it like that, and here in direction, you're gonna choose mid plane, and here you're gonna choose 65. Okay, then you go OK, and there we go. We have our solid right now. This is a solid actually already. So then you just have to click here where it says OK, OK, and there we are. We have our solid done, and we can save this right now. So you can go to File, Save As. You can choose whatever the file you're working in. It doesn't matter. As soon as all the parts that we're gonna create are in the same folder, because we're gonna use them later. But you can name this as the tutorial says, blank, save. It's gonna say that it already exists because I already did it. So do you want to replace it? Just yes. This is not gonna happen to you because you are doing it by the first time. So now it's saved on your disk. So after this, we're gonna go to the wireframe and how you do that. Well, here in display style, the last one should be wireframe. If you have another version of SolidWorks, don't worry, you should have these tools over here too. So let's go to wireframe, and we can see that the view is changed. We cannot see the colors and anything. We just see through the solid. So that was the idea. So then click back on starter views and choose Control 2. So we're gonna have something like this, and it says that we should click the back part of the solid. So I'm sorry for that. We should do that first here, and then Control 2. But Control 2 seems that won't help. So just Google until you find something like this. You click in the back, and then in my case I choose Control 3. So choose the back facing, and then go for Control 3. Okay, now that I have hit here, you can press whatever. That doesn't matter. Don't get focused into that. Click whatever, and don't choose Edit Sketch, because this will change the first sketch that we were doing. You have to change sketch. So you click in Sketch, and then we are now. This is my edit zone. Not other thing in the solid, just this back face. So now that I have this, it says that we have to draw a circle. So here I have a circle. This circle has different options. Well, two options actually, but we're gonna use the one that says circle. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna draw it. But if you see here, when I pass in the middle, it draws like a line with dots. So that's an inferencing line. So this is just like, you know, like a point of reference for us to know that where's the middle. So you can choose whatever you want here in the inference line, and then create the circle. Not like this, because that replaces the solid. Has to be in the solid in the back face. So don't worry again for the constraints, because we're not gonna look into that with Smart Dimension. So now we're gonna go here in Smart Dimensions. We're gonna click here. Okay, then you go outside, and as we did with the rectangle, you click left click, and then we're gonna bonify this again. And the tutorial says 19.1. Oops, sorry. .1. Okay, boom, and there we have. Now we have to change some other constraints from the position with the line below and the line which is just in front of the circle. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna click here again, and then you're gonna click here, and you can make a side here, your mouse. You are not pressing, by the way, I didn't mention it, you are not pressing any keys in the mouse. You're just moving it. Just after you click here, you just move. You don't have to to press the mouse when you're moving it. So here you just go left click again, and here you go 29. Okay, so it changes the position. Now we gotta change another position, and we're gonna go here and here as before, but this time, oh, sorry for that, here and here. Okay. Oh no, this is not happening again. I'm sorry. Okay, we have to here and here. This is not doing what I want. Hold for a second. Oh my god. Oh, I think I know the reason now. Okay, sorry for that. You have to click just in the same point that we did before, and then you have to click just in the middle, and then below here you're gonna have the exact quantity that it says in the tutorial, because we just placed the stuff in the middle with the inferencing line. If you didn't do that, then this value will be different. In that case, you just change this to this value. You don't have to go back to change here, and done. I mean, this is just in case we want to change it in the future, then we don't have to, you know, go for the smart dimension again and do all the stuff again. So after this, go to features, as we did in the step before this. Then you go to stranded cut, because we want to make a cut for the cartridge, and you go stranded cut. Okay. And now in the property manager, which is this one, you choose set direction 1 to hold on a second. Okay, you choose change this value to 52 millimeters, and then you just have to go and click OK. Okay, that's gonna take a while. Okay, now you can go to the view, and here and here, not here, here, and you change to isometric, which is also Control 7. We're gonna have a little preview here of what is gonna happen, or what is already done in this case. And there you go. You have now what is the isometric position. Okay. Later on we can save our changes. Just file and save, or Control S. Oh, sorry, I'm a little sick. Okay, now we can click on this face over here. It doesn't matter if this one or this one. It doesn't matter, because the result will be the same. But it will be good if we do as the tutorial says. So to look this position, just press Ctrl 2 or press Ctrl 1, 2, 3, 4, depending the sketch that you have chosen, and that will change your position, and you should look this. So after you get into this, click normal, or it says Ctrl 8 over there. You just have the same result over here, so it doesn't matter any way you want to do it. So now that I have this here, let's press it over there and go not to edit sketch again, to sketch. Don't confuse these two, because this is different. Okay, so every time a sketch. So now I'm having my new working area, which is this side, and what we're gonna do is that we're gonna choose the circle once again, and we're gonna make a little circle over here, okay, and then with the inferencing line in the middle, we're gonna do another like here. Again, again, don't worry for the constraints, because we're gonna fix that with the smart dimension. So now this over here should have a 3.18, so as this one 3.18. okay, now it says that the position between them has to be 119, so we're gonna choose here, and we're gonna choose here and down, and then here we're gonna put 119 and enter. So now we have the position between them. We need now to correct the position from this part to this part. So we're gonna choose here, and we're gonna choose here, and you go down, and then you modify this to 24. Enter, and then there we go. So now we just miss one position with this, which is from this side and this side. Okay, don't go over here because, or up, because we need it here. So you go here until you find this position, you left click, and you press 10. I mean you type 10 millimeters. Okay, and there you go. Now we have finished dimensioning all what we need. So now we're gonna go to extruded cut because we want to make the axle holes. So you go to features, then you go to extruded cut. Boom. Okay, now we go to isometric, so we can have a preview of what we're doing here. Isometric or Control 7, anything you want to do. So Control 7, and there you can see that these axle holes would actually cut over here until the other side, which is why I was saying that it doesn't matter if you choose this side or the other side, because the result will be the same anyway. So we just have to change this to through all, because you know we wanted to cross everything, and that's it. You have finished this part. Just click OK, and that's done. We have now another process completed of what is gonna be the body of our car. So you can save it, Control 7 or Control S, or just save. Okay, now we're gonna go for the ice screw slot, which is gonna be a rectangle in this side. So we're gonna go first with it shadowed with edges. So after you have this, you can click here, this side, then you go to sketch, and you go Control 8. Okay, now we have this side, and I'm gonna use the rectangle that I was using at the first when I was having some problems with the rectangle. So we're gonna use the center rectangle, not the corner one, which is the one from default. We're gonna use this one, and then here in the origin we're gonna draw a rectangle. It doesn't matter how big. So now when we have this, we're gonna go and use our favorite tool, the Smart Dimension. I say favorite because wow, this tool, you're gonna use it in everything you do, everything you're gonna do here in SolidWorks. So you go 6 millimeters, good. So after that you go here in the center, and then here, then you make a side, and then you click 6 over here too, enter, and there we have. So now we're gonna go to features, and we're gonna go to extruded cut. Okay, now when we have extruded cut, we're just gonna change this through all, because I want it in the whole part. You can have a preview of the isometric, and that is what is gonna happen. You can have a preview what is gonna happen here. Every time it is crossing something that shouldn't be crossed, this is gonna give an error after you press OK, because you can, for example, if this part over here, if this rectangle was crossing with these axle holes, that will be a problem, because that couldn't be done, or at least it will give you a warning, because that is not gonna be, it's not gonna be making sense. So this is the importance of the smart dimension. So please use smart dimension. We don't want to have problems when we get to our body, and and do processes that will be more delicate over there. So after this, you're gonna press OK, and if you didn't have any problems, you should have this. If it gave some mistakes to this point, please check again and review the constraints you have been putting in the smart dimension, because that should be the problem. Okay, now that we have this, it's a good practice, as the tutorial says, to rename the features. Why? Because when you are working later on, and let's say that your design has changed for any reason, because your teacher wants to change it or your boss wants to change it, then it's a good practice to remember what is the sketch that you have you have worked with. So the first one was our first sketch, which is like it's like the father of the sketches. I wouldn't call it like that, but it's a good way for you to understand. So this will be the body, and this over here was the cartridge hole, right? Was the oops, I'm pressing my S. Okay, and this one over here was the axle holes. Okay, and this one over here, this was the slot. There, the last one. Okay, now if you have to edit any of this, you can go here in Sketch, and you're gonna enter in the edit mode, choose for this or this or this or this. So I think it's more clear now that we're working with this, and you can get familiarized with everything. So now we have to create some mate references. So to do that, you can have either the toolbar here of the references. If not, you just press F5. If I press F5, it's gone. If I press F5 again, it's there. So we're gonna go into the filter faces, which is also accessed with the X key. You just press X, and boom, I'm there. It's this one, X, X. If you don't want to press the X, then you just come here and click over there. It doesn't matter. So right now we have to click our right plane, which is this one, the first one we choose. Okay, you go there, and then you go to reference geometry. Okay, you click here and you go to mate reference. Perfect. Just after you did that, you have to, let's see, okay, this will be the front. Okay, you have to, okay, this is correct like this. You press here when it says secondary reference entity, and okay, oh, first of all, sorry, we should change this to coincident, and then after changing that to coincident, we're gonna choose this. We're gonna choose this axle hole, the first one. Okay, there, now we have our references. So okay, yeah, it's correct. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now we're gonna repeat the process, but we're gonna do it with this one. What is repeating the process? Okay, repeating the process is we have our filter already done, right? So we just have to go to reference geometry, make references, and here go to coincident. Okay, we have oh, sorry. First of all, you have to choose this face. Okay, you choose this. Oh, sorry, I'm not wake up yet. You have to choose your right plane, which is this one. You go to reference geometry, make reference. Okay, there we have this. And in secondary, we're gonna choose the rear one, the rear axle hole. So you choose this one, And okay, there we go. You go okay, and the main references are done. So to close or to exit the filters faces, you just click X again. There I have my pointer again. So you can save by Control S, or you go there and file and look for save, anything you want. So now we are almost done. Actually, the piece is already done. We just have to change the material. For doing that, we have this material over here. You go right click, edit material, because we haven't specified one yet. So here we have a list of all the kind of materials that we can choose. We have a steel, iron, aluminum, copper alloys, and a lot of other stuff. Okay, since we are following the tutorial, you should come here to it and choose balsa. Balsa has these properties, and you can change the units as well, but we're gonna leave this like that. So you just go to apply. Here it goes, balsa, close, and now here we have it. If you don't have this like this, probably you are having this view or another view. If you haven't changed, don't worry. Remember that the color is also seen with a shaded view or shaded with H view. So be careful with that. You haven't made a mistake if it wasn't like that. So here we have what is our first part. You can come and save this, and we are already done. If you want to preview this, as I mentioned before, we're gonna preview the office products. You can choose this one which says photo view, and you're gonna have this tab over here which is gonna appear just after I click here. You can see we have the render tools, so you're gonna choose render tools, and you can choose the integrated preview. What is gonna happen is, depending of the processor of your computer, the graphics processor and the graphics accelerator, in case that you don't have in case if you don't have a dedicated card, then it's gonna take maybe a little amount of time. Since I'm using SolidWorks 2003 and I'm using Camtasia to record this tutorial, this may take a little more amount of time because I'm using some memory out of my CPU. So the preview that you're gonna have is depending from the position that you have your solid. So this will be a more realistic solid of what could be done in the reality. So you can play with the materials and you can change them into steel or whatever you want to do over there. It just doesn't matter, it is up to you. If you want to change the material, then it's perfect. I don't have problems with that, and the tutorial will still be good. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you have learned of making your first piece in SolidWorks for our F1 card. And that's it for today. Please be aware and just look in the description. You will have the second part of this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna put this model also for you can download, and the guide as well. It's gonna be there. Okay, so thank you, and thank you very much for your attention.